Picture this. New York City, 1947. A room full of advertising executives stares at a single line scribbled on a notepad. A diamond is forever. They don't know it yet, but this phrase will rewrite romance for generations. But here's the shocker. Diamonds weren't rare. They weren't tradition. And that forever promise, it wasn't born in a mine. It was born in a Madison Avenue boardroom. This is the story of how a glittering rock became the ultimate symbol of love, through the greatest marketing illusion of the 20th century. Before diamonds ruled, commitment looked wildly different. Imagine ancient Rome, where brides received simple iron bands, less about sparkle, more about ownership. Literally, Manus binding a wife to her husband's authority. Jump to medieval Europe, where gimel rings, interlocking bands, symbolized union, sometimes incorporating a tiny heart or clasped hands. In 15th century Venice, puzzle rings teased fidelity. Take it off, and good luck reassembling it secretly. Across Asia, betrothal involved intricate exchanges, silk, tea, or even beautifully carved jade seals in China, representing social contracts far more than romance. The problem? No universal symbol. Tokens were personal, regional, often practical. Why no diamonds? Because until the 1800s, they were royalty's secret. South African mines hadn't flooded the market. Most Europeans and Americans associated engagement with modest heirlooms, a mother's pearl brooch, a simple gold band, or even just a handshake agreement witnessed by families. Love existed. Proposals happened, but the pressure to present a dazzling, expensive gemstone, that void was pure, unclaimed profit. Humanity didn't need a diamond ring, but one industry was desperate to make us believe we did. Enter the real inventor. Not a jeweler, but a corporation drowning in its own product. De Beers Consolidated Mines controlled nearly all diamond mining by the 1930s. Their nightmare: supply was soaring, but demand was stagnant. Worse, the Great Depression hit, and the luxury market tanked. Diamonds were piling up, and prices were set to collapse. Panic button pressed. In 1938, De Beers hired Philadelphia advertising agency NWAR and Son. Their mission: create desire where none existed. The team, led by copywriter Mary Frances Garrity and strategist Gerald Lork, faced near impossible odds. Diamonds were seen as cold, even unlucky. Divorced European royalty sold theirs off. Their breakthrough wasn't technical, it was psychological. They reframed diamonds, not as wealth, but as love made visible. Early ads whispered, "Isn't 2 months' salary a small price for something so permanent?" But the true eureka moment came during a late-night slog. Exhausted, Garrity scribbled for words on a pad. "A diamond is forever." It wasn't just a tagline, it was alchemy. It transformed a commodity into an eternal emotional anchor. If the diamond was forever, so was the love. And crucially, you never sold it. Genius, devious, and it worked. Sales jumped 55% in the US by 1941. The engagement ring as we know it wasn't discovered, it was designed. The campaign didn't just launch, it weaponized culture. Phase 1. Education. NWAR flooded magazines with expert articles linking diamonds to ancient lore and Hollywood glamour. Studios were paid to feature diamond engagement rings on starlets like Grace Kelly. By 1947, the diamond is forever, cementing the stone as love's non-negotiable price tag. Phase 2. The Rule Book. How big should the diamond be? De Beers provided the answer. In the 1950s, they aggressively promoted the 4 C's: cut, clarity, color, carat, a system they heavily influenced, and, crucially, the 2 months salary guideline. Jewelers received detailed playbooks on pitching this tradition. Ads showed identical rings on diverse hands, white, black, signaling this tradition was for everyone, democratizing luxury while enforcing a new financial benchmark. Phase 3. Global domination. Japan was the ultimate test. In the 1960s, diamonds were virtually absent from engagements. De Beers spent a decade bombarding Japanese women with images linking diamonds to modern romance and Western freedom. By 1981, 60% of Japanese brides wore diamond rings, a market worth billions. Conjured from thin air, the simple gold band was dethroned. The diamond solitaire was king. The ripple effects were profound, reshaping society in ways De Beers never advertised. Positively, the ring offered a clear, universal signal of commitment, simplifying courtship rituals across diverse cultures. It fueled an entire industry, creating millions of jobs in mining, cutting, jewelry, and retail. But the shadows were long. First, the financial burden. That 2-month salary guideline became a societal expectation, pushing couples into debt before marriage even began. Second, the emotional equation. Love became publicly quantifiable by carat weight, breeding insecurity and competition. Third, the most devastating consequence: blood diamonds. The insatiable demand fueled brutal civil wars in Sierra Leone, Angola, and Liberia in the 1990s. Rebel groups traded conflict diamonds for weapons, funding atrocities. The very symbol of eternal love was drenched in blood. Public outcry eventually led to the Kimberley Process, a flawed but crucial attempt to certify conflict-free stones, a direct, unintended result of De Beers' marketing triumph. Today, the diamond engagement ring is a $90 billion global industry. Yet, the facade is cracking. Millennials and Gen Z question the expense and ethics. Lab-grown diamonds, chemically identical, cheaper, and eco-friendly, exploded onto the market. De Beers, after decades of calling them fake, now sells them under a stunning reversal, proving even forever can bend to market forces. The story teaches us a stark truth. Needs can be manufactured. Desire can be engineered. A symbol's power lies not in its intrinsic value, but in the story we collectively agree to believe. The diamond ring wasn't the inevitable evolution of romance. It was a meticulously crafted solution to a corporate inventory crisis, sold so brilliantly it rewrote global tradition. It reveals human ingenuity's double edge. We can solve problems, but also invent desires that create new, unforeseen ones. This story teaches us that the most powerful traditions often have the most surprising, even cynical, beginnings. It reminds us to look closer at the symbols we hold dear, to ask, what story was I sold? The next time you see that sparkle on a finger, remember, its brilliance reflects not just light, but the dazzling power of human persuasion. Was it a scam, or simply brilliant problems? That depends on your definition of value. What about you? Did a diamond ring play a role in your love story? And do you think lab-grown gems change the meaning of forever? Share your thoughts below. We read every comment. If this hidden history surprised you, smash that like button. It helps us uncover more origins of the everyday stuff surrounding us. Subscribe for our next deep dive. The shocking true story of bottled water. because the most ordinary things often have the wildest tales to tell. Stay curious.